In today's video, we're going to talk about what does it mean to actually be in the wish fulfilled. And I have my board over here, which probably I noticed I wrote too much small, but don't worry about it. I am going to explain you guys exactly the difference between being in your desire or being in your intention, okay? So let's get started. Hello everyone, my name is Nea, and on this channel we talk about manifestation, law of assumptions, quantum physics, and so much more. And we make manifestation fast, effortless, actually almost instantaneous. So let's talk about what does it mean to live in the wish fulfilled. Many people think that living in the wish fulfilled is actually desiring things or thinking about the things they desire. And many times I believe they do the affirmations coming from a place of desire more than a place of fulfillment. And fulfillment is really the right word. And I think there is a subtle difference between the two. And we're going to talk about intentions and why intentions are so powerful and how intentions actually play out in manifestation. So let's talk about first the wish fulfilled. What does it mean to be in the wish fulfilled? When your wish is fulfilled, you feel fulfilled. So I know, guys, that people make it so complicated online, but honestly it's that easy. I'm gonna give you a very simple example. I always wanted to buy the Sony camera that I'm like recording with. It's small, it's practical, does 4K videos, and I've been desiring this camera for so long, and I just never buy it. And up until a point where I decided I have more than enough money to buy it, let me go to the store and buy it. So I just moved my legs, went to the store, bought it, and the desire was gone. I was in the wish fulfilled. So every single time that I am recording with this camera, every single time that I grab this camera, I'm like, I am so grateful and happy that I have this camera. Now, in a matter of a week, I will travel and be in London again, and thinking about this camera makes me feel happy because I used to have a very professional camera before that is heavy, bulky, very expensive, and I hate traveling with that camera, considering how clumsy I am, considering how much I lose stuff everywhere. And so thinking about this Sony camera being so small and practical, however, that has so many good features for me to record videos, and traveling with this camera makes me feel so grateful that I have this camera. It's done. I have it, and every single time that I look at it and every single time that I think about it, I am grateful that I own this camera. Is a done deal. I know that sounded like a romance between me and this camera, but that is living in the wish fulfilled. Living in the wish fulfilled means that when you affirm or think about something, you feel that you have it. And the intention will be not I desire or think about the things that I want, but I move my legs, go and buy it, it's done. You understand? Is that easy? So let's reiterate a little bit on what many people do. So desire, let's look at desire a little bit. So desires, when you desire something, it drains your energy. That's why the majority of people, when they do their affirmation coming from desire, they feel exhausted and drained. But manifestation is a lot more effortless than that. And to me, is a lot more effortless than you have to saturate your mind so much to imprint your subconscious mind. I used to say that, but now that I manifest things basically instantly or in less than 3 days, I started to be like, the saturation of your subconscious mind is simply intention. So I kind of like improved my manifestation, my personal manifestation technique, because by the way, everything that I say comes from my personal experience. So desire, when you coming from desire, it literally drains your energy out because it's an energy of wanting. I want something, I think of it, I need it. I put the camera up on a pedestal. Like I remember when I used to desire this camera, I used to literally be obsessed with this camera. I used to watch all the videos about this camera and never getting the camera. You understand what I mean? And you can apply this with money. I will give examples of money. You can apply this for an SP. So basically, when you are affirming coming from desire, you're thinking of your desire. You're thinking of the object of your desire. Oh, I really love this camera. I really wish I had this camera. I'm visualizing and thinking of this camera. You're not moving your legs and getting the camera. And so what happens when you're coming and affirming or visualizing coming from desire, not only you put things up on a pedestal and you're thinking of them rather than have them, but you obviously create excess potential. If you don't know what excess potential is, you can watch my videos around excess potential, which reiterates a little bit this concept. But honestly, what excess potential is, you're thinking of what you desire, you see it as separate from you, and you put it on a pedestal because you give so much importance to owning whatever it is that you want to own, whether it is money, whether it is career, whether it is being with your SP. You're essentially saying, even on an unconscious level, I won't be happy until I'll have this camera. So what happens instead when you realize that affirming all day and affirming coming from desire doesn't work and is not getting your results, you're getting your energy drained, you feel frustrated, you believe the manifestation is not for you, when in reality it's not the case because you're always manifesting. So what happens is that you dive a little bit deeper into the manifestation game and you realize, oh, there is something called intention. Very interesting. What are intention and how do I get the feeling of fulfillment? The feeling of fulfillment doesn't mean that you conjure emotion, because to be honest, you could arrive to the wish fulfilled even by feeling negative. I don't care what people say. It's like you can feel negative and still own what you own. Like I'm positive most of the time because it's just my personality type. However, there are moments where I'm angry and I still own this camera. And do I? There are moments where I'm angry and I still own the money that I own. I still manifest what I want. It's not about conjuring an emotion. It's about feeling that you have. It's done. You have what you want. So intention is what manifests things in your reality. Now, intention can be addressed in two ways. Now, I wrote down here, I don't know if you guys can see it, but intention could be inner intention and outer intention. Now, many people don't understand the difference between outer intention and inner intention. To put it in a very simple term, because I hate when people complicate these things, it's very easy. Sorry, I'm reading this because you can't read it really. So inner intention is basically logical mind that is telling you, oh yeah, I can have this. I want to have this X amount of money, this love, or this career, or this camera, or whatever other object. So I think about ways to get to where I want. Inner intention is willpower. Inner intention is calculating the movement that will get you from point A to point B. So you basically calculate, okay, I'm in point A right now. How do I get to point B? Many, even successful people on earth, they function through inner intention. Now, inner intention, therefore willpower, is not considered, in my opinion, necessarily manifestation. Because inner intention is basically me moving from point A to point B in the 3D and making things happen through actions that are logical to me that will get me from point A to point B. Now, this works. Many people that have a lot of willpower, they are willing to put hard work for their goals. They make plans for themselves. They do achieve their goals. So don't put inner intention as something that, oh my God, this is BS. It's not. You can get what you want even through inner intention. However, in my personal belief, outer intention is the work of witches, is the work of alchemists, is the work of the master manifester, is when your outer intention is able to manifest things without you having to take zero action. Now, the combination of inner intention and outer intention can actually be very powerful as well, and that could be considered manifestation. However, you guys know how much lazy I am. I practically function from outer intention. My willpower is basically zero. I am not willing to put hard work in what I do. I always take the simple steps towards everything that I want. I never have a plan B. I go with the flow. I'm literally the opposite of willpower. I don't care. If it's easy, I take that route. So many people judge this, but I got everything that I want because of outer intention. Now let's look at what is outer intention. And outer intention is what Neville talked about when he, and everyone else, talked about when it comes down to the wish fulfilled. Outer intention is what doesn't drain you. And the reason is because with outer intention, what is outer intention? Is the goal that realizes itself. Outer intention puts the energy back to you and doesn't leak energy outside of you. Outer intention is manifestation. Outer intention is essentially, oh, I have a desire. Done. It's done. It's choosing from the variance of the quantum field. Outer intention is awakening, like in a lucid dream. You awaken to the dream, and if you ever lucid dreams, you are within the dream, but you are a conscious character of your dream. And so let's say that you're lucid dreaming and you're dreaming of someone chasing you. With inner intention, you will escape from the person that is chasing you because you are asleep in the dream. But when you are lucid dreaming, when someone is chasing you and you're lucid dreaming, you can just turn around, look at the person that is chasing you and say, turn into a frog. And it will instantaneously, in the dream, the person will turn into a frog. That's outer intention. Now, in the dream state, outer intention works like in the spirit world, it works immediately, like in a snap. In this 3D reality, it takes a little bit more time. We could call it delay period, but to be honest, the more you practice manifestation, the more instantaneously you will get. And the delay period, I believe, it's because in the 3D world, there are certain natural laws. And so in order to quantum jump into another reality, I tried to put it very simple. Instead of, you could actually quantum jump completely into another reality, in my opinion. But let's say majority of people don't quantum jump immediately in another reality. So what happens, instead of going from point A to point Z in a snap, which would be a quantum jump, you go from B, C, D, you move through frames of quantum possibilities, and through the bridge of events and through this natural variance of reality, you get to point Z, which is not inner intention. It's not inner intentions. It's similar to inner intention, but it's outer intention. And essentially, let's put it even more simple. Guys, follow me through. This is very easy. So outer intention is what every manifestation coach will choose, will tell you to do, which is essentially you affirm, but not coming from the need, not coming from wanting something, not coming from putting anything up on a pedestal. In the moment that you affirm, so let's say I want and I desire the Sony camera, I go and get it. And it's like, it's done. It's done. You make an order to the universe. It's done. And you just go and get your package. That's outer intention. So essentially, outer intention is the capacity of the soul and the mind, so the consciousness of you, like the logical mind and the subconscious mind, to choose, this is going to be my variant. This is going to be my reality, my selected reality among infinite possibilities of realities. This is the reality that I choose to collapse, and this is the reality that I choose to observe. And because you know the power of outer intention, when you make a choice, when you claim it to yourself, then it has no choice but to come to you. And so you don't necessarily take any action, but you wait for the events to unfold in front of your eyes that will lead you to the bridge of events, or the variance that will lead you to your desire. So how do you choose with outer intention? With imagination. That's Neville Goddard 101. Using outer intention is to use the power of imagination, because essentially you're observing reality, you're taking your energy back, you don't give it off to the object of your desire, because when you give it off to, when you think of your desire, you're draining your energy and you're coming from a desire state. Desires do not manifest. Accept it. Desires don't manifest. Outer intention manifest. And so you imagine, you create a slide, you imagine yourself, because it's all about changing yourself, owning already what you want. Now, imagination doesn't necessarily has to be visualization, because you could visualize things coming from desire and it won't manifest. Imagination pertains to the choice. Imagination is about affirming, just affirming, even once if you want, or every single day, but without a feeling of desire. When you say, oh, this is my selected reality. This is my selected reality. It's done. So in order to affirm correctly doesn't mean to affirm correctly, but however, and this is my personal opinion, you don't have to take it if it doesn't resonate with you. But what I found out is that instead of affirming in present tense, and most of the time coming from desire, one of the things that could help you out with affirmation, if you don't like imagination, meaning visualization or slides, you could literally say with outer intention, I know that I own this Sony camera. I know that I have this amount of money. I know that I am loved. So do you see? It's not about I am moving towards this and I'm finding logical ways to get from point A to point B. I know it's already mine, which gives you the feeling of the wish fulfilled. So sometimes why this doesn't happen, even when you affirm, I know that I have this, it doesn't happen sometimes, and you should watch my video called Accepting Your Desire. It's because your logical mind is programmed with certain belief system. Your belief system are nothing but thoughts that you kept repeating for a very long time. So in order to work manifestation instantaneously, like in the lucid dream, your mind has to accept this knowingness, has to accept the choices that you're making. So your soul has to be aligned with your mind. So for instance, many people and many coaches will tell you, go for things that are believable to you. And I do that. That doesn't mean though that you cannot manifest things that are not believable to you, because nothing is impossible. So you can even affirm for things that you don't believe in. And if you will persist in those affirmations, they will come true anyway, because the more you repeat it, the more the mind is going to accept it. But if you want instant manifestation, your mind has to accept it instantaneously. So for instance, what I used to do with money, instead of saying I own 50,000 euros, I will just say I own 500 euros. And instantaneously, in matters of today's, I will manifest it because my mind will immediately accept it. Now, you can go around that because nothing is impossible. And if you keep affirming, your mind eventually will accept it. So that's it. But the thing is, so you can do both ways. You can affirm something that is very believable to you and you will manifest it a lot faster, or you can persist in even if you don't believe it, and eventually you will manifest it. It's just a matter of time, really. It's not that they don't manifest. It does manifest. What doesn't manifest, it's not choosing. What doesn't manifest is coming from desire rather than coming from outer intention. So essentially, we want to work with the energy pulled back at us. We want to change our perspective of reality, and we want to say, I have this. We want to work with outer intention. Now, in what case outer intention can be mixed with inner intention? Many cases. So for instance, let's say that my example of the YouTube channel and going viral on YouTube, I definitely mixed outer intention with inner intention, because outer intention is saying, I have this amount of subscribers. I know all my videos go viral. And I don't even check the 3D. I made the order with the universe. I know it's going to be delivered. Outer intention. So outer intention is going out there and doing his own thing. Inner intention will be, however, rather than not do anything in order to produce this outcome, I just do videos every day. It's a mix between inner intentions and outer intention, because outer intentions is, I know I have it already, and inner intention also is, of course, if I claim that all my videos are going viral, I will make videos, because otherwise it will be nonsense. But however, inner intention will be, let me do a video a day if I can. You understand? So it's not that you cannot take actions in the process of manifestation, but I personally believe that inner intention has to be used sporadically, and the action that you should take should always be inspired. If you're trying to convince yourself in texting or calling someone, or you're convincing yourself that this should be the right action, don't take it. Inspired action and action that comes from inner intentions are clear, they make you feel good, and they sound like very natural for you to get from point A to point B. So you do feel inspired to text, you do. You're questioning that, don't do it too much, okay? So that's the mix between outer intention and inner intention. Then what else do you guys need to know? You can also manifest just with outer intention. That's what Neville always used to say. Neville used to say you just manifest by virtue of imagination, because outer intention is so powerful to the point where yogis in India, they can fly. They can literally raise their body and levitate. There are tons of stories of that, because if you don't have any resistance to the belief or the concept that you can fly, outer intention will make you fly. However, don't try it if you are not convinced of it. But I do believe that that is possible. I mean, even the stories of Jesus Christ healing people, it's because he was only functioning from outer intention. He knew you are healed. Disease doesn't exist. I don't even perceive it. Outer intention heals the person. Many stories of miracles are all around. People manifesting things out of thin air. That's all outer intention. So let's recoup again. Let's sum this up. You guys need to stop functioning from desire. Desire is thinking of your SP, is wanting your SP, is feeling the separation with your SP, is feeling the separation with money, is feeling the separation with your career, is desiring. Outer intention is choosing the variance of reality in the quantum field that already exists. You are already doing what you're claiming to do, and you see reality from that perspective. Hence, you change yourself. A very good exercise in order to live in the wishful field and function from outer intention is the purification of intention. And I talked about it in my video around excess potential. Many people that are coming from desire, they try to step with outer intention, and they say, I know I have this, I know I have this, but then they have created so much excess potential where they think that they're living from the wishful field, but they're not, because they only think, let me put it this way. They think too much. I have this, I have this, I have this. And they don't even want to, they are avoiding the possibilities which exist in the quantum field, the possibility that they will be a failure of what they want. They are avoiding that. Whatever you unconsciously avoid will manifest, because you can't just, like, I mean, you could potentially turn around, but I believe in this idea of excess potential. So I have been practicing this for years with money, and has been worked like a charm. When I ask for money and I work with outer intentions, so what I do, I ask for an amount of money, I see it in my imagination, and then in a split moment, I only do it once. I say, well, you know what? If I don't get the money, I don't care, because I really don't. And then I say, it's done. I know I have it. So by virtue of contemplating the possibilities that there could be a possibility in the quantum field that I won't get that amount of money, and I don't care, I don't avoid it. What you don't avoid, what you don't react to, ceases to exist. And after I purify my intention by virtue of accepting failure, I accept failure. Done deal. I don't care. When I don't care, I don't avoid it, I don't create a big deal out of it, I can use outer intention, and that's when you can go straight to the end and say, I have it. And all the time with money, it has worked for me. All the freaking time. And also with specific people, also with anything else. So purify your intention and don't avoid. Some people, I see this and I know why you're not getting your manifestation. You don't even want to talk about the possibility of not getting those money. You don't even want to talk about the possibility of not getting that particular love or that particular specific person. I could literally see from the messages people cringing and be like, no, let me avoid it, I don't even want to talk about it, it hurts too much. If you do this, excess potential, 100%. Instead, people that are much more relaxed and they say, well, you know what, if I be with this person, will be great. Otherwise, there are infinite other people, there are infinite other ways in which I can get what I want and I know I'll be fine. Then 1 second later, they say, but I know I'll get it. Boom, they manifest what they want because they have purified the excess potential. And excess potential, in my opinion, when it comes down to love, I see this happening all the time when people start talking about soulmates, when people start talking about twin flames. I still have to hear stories of twin flames reunited happily in a healthy, committed relationship and marriage, to be honest. That's because I personally don't believe in soulmates, but let's say that you want to use the concept of soulmate, I think is very sweet. However, putting someone on a pedestal as the only soul that will ever make you happy and that you will ever have a connection with is creating excess potential and is doing you to unhappiness because you want to avoid the possibility of not being with that person, and whatever it is that you want to avoid will manifest because your subconscious mind doesn't understand the difference between what you want and what you don't want, in my opinion, the majority of time. It's focused attention. So the avoidance of a particular situation place unconsciously your attention on that situation. But if you don't give the energy to that situation, so rather than avoiding the news, you can watch the news. I don't watch them because I don't care about them. But if I have them in front of me, I'm neutral. I listen to them without feeling that much affected. You see, that's balance. When you are balanced, the balancing forces are just happy with it. So essentially, it's like, how many people they have told me, you'll never get this, you have to accept that you'll never get whatever it is that I was trying to manifest. And many people will react to this and they'll be like, how dare do you say that? Of course I will get it. Most of the time when people tell me this, I just listen and I'm like, yeah, I know that could be a possibility. However, it's not my choice. You understand? I'm not saying that you have to contemplate the fact that you won't get what you want on a constant basis. I'm not saying that. But you don't react to that. You don't avoid it. You're like, yeah, that could be an infinite possibility. In the infinite field, sure, there is a possibility of me not getting what I want. But you know what? It's not my choice. And because I work with outer intention, I choose the variant where I actually have the money. I choose the variant where I have what I want. You understand? Outer intention is what manifests. How do we use outer intention? With imagination, with affirmations of, I know this is my selected reality. I accept that this is going to be my accepted reality. And that's it. So you understand? I hope I'm very clear. When you work with outer intention, you are leaving the wish fulfilled. When you're coming from desire, you feel drained, you feel exhausted, you feel you don't have it, you want to check the 3D, you're constantly projecting your energy outside of you. Outer intention is, I have it, it's done. It's me moving, going to the shop, getting the camera. I have it. I already have it. I cannot stress this enough. You make a wish, from a desire, it becomes a done deal. It's done. You don't have to repeat it if you don't want to. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to. You don't have to get it. Things will just unfold that will show that indeed the variant that you've chosen is playing out in your life. Is choosing from the quantum field of reality the selected reality that you want. That's wish fulfilled. That's outer intention. So it's essentially what everybody says. Stop checking the 3D. It doesn't matter. You're going back and forth. You're coming from desire. If you do this, you're thinking of the object of your desire rather than thinking from the person that has the desire. Essentially, it's training your mind not to change the world outside of you, but to change the perspective of you within your mind, rather than I am not desiring, I'm not the person that wants to chase and get something outside of me and neither attractive. I am the person that thinks like I already own the money. I already have the career. That is why, oh my God, I have so many of my friends. So like recently, one of my friends, it's been 6 months. She was manifesting on SP. It's been 6 months that she was going back and forth. Maybe it's not happening. Maybe it's not happening. Maybe this, maybe that, maybe this, maybe that. And every single time I was like Abdullah with Neville. I was getting angry with her and be like, no, it is happening. He is asking you out. But how? Why? But this and that. He did this and he did that. I was like, no. It's done. He already asked you out. It's done. It's done. I feel like a parrot. Like literally she texted me today. I was like, you're a parrot. You keep saying it's done. Guess what? He invited her out because it was already done in my mind. I was, that was my selected reality for her. It had to happen. It just had to unfold. When I say this, this amount of money will come in my bank account, it's done. Not a big deal if they don't come. I don't actually give a fuck. But I do select that reality and it's done. And it's always done. You understand? Purify the intention by admitting failure. Then once you admit failure and you don't create excess potential, fine, okay, fine. But I do good. But I have it. That's it. That's it. And outer intention is the energy that moves mountains. Okay? I love you guys. I hope it's very, very clear now. What does it mean to live in the wish fulfilled? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And again, I want to repeat this again. If it makes you feel happier to affirm every day, do it. But coming from outer intention. You could literally affirm once and know that it's done and let it go and it will just freaking happen. Majority of people can't do that. So affirm every day or visualize every day as long as you don't visualize from desire. That's the only number one thing that you got to do. And not affirming from desire, it's what? It's not thinking about something outside of you, but it's becoming the person that has it. Clear, okay? I love you guys and see you very soon on the channel. Remember that I do have my formula to manifest a specific person. Down below there is a course. Other e-courses are available as well. And coaching is available only up until the 17th of this month and it will be sold out. Love you guys and see you very soon. Extra videos, Patreon down below.